Hello, 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 everybody. Hi. So, my name's E. This is E's Creations Paint Party. It's Friday night. What? Yes. So, Nutcracker Ballet. All right. So, that's what my fam wanted. So, that's what my fam gets. And, of course, we have to say hello, hello, hello to the Mr. Butters. Yes, there he is. There's the man of the hour. He's such a good boy. He's such a good boy. He's following me around. Say hi to your fans, buddy. That's right. You're a good boy. Of course, we have to give him props. You never know when he might be chiming in. So say hello, hello, hello. If you're painting with me tonight, let me know if anyone's painting with you. And welcome to the fam if you're new. And we'll get this thing started. Let me show you my handy dandy table here. So, of course, we got the Java in the house. We've got Big Boy. He's a 1-inch flat. Tiny is here. Mini-Me's hanging out. He's a small round and then a small flat. And, of course, Mr. Nifty is in the house, our little welcomed detail brush. All right, so you're going to swirl, tap, dab to clean your brushes, and you want to dab in the shape of your bristles. You want them to be wet but not dripping. Okay, and I'm going to pour my paint, same colors every single party. So we'll get this thing started. So you guys get your stuffs together, I'll get my stuffs together. Tina B is here. Hello, 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 Tina B. How you doing, lovey? So say hello if you're painting with me tonight. Let me know if anyone's painting with you guys. I'm going to put you in your handy dandy holder so I can pour my paint. And let's get our Friday night started. Oh yeah, Friday night paint party. That's what I'm talking about. Yes. Yes, that's right. That's right. So, I'm going to pour my paint. Everybody say hello, hello, hello. If you're painting with me tonight, let me know if anyone's painting with you. And we're going to have a good old time. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. So, none of my paints have been cooperating. All the, I think all my pumps are clogged or whatever's going on. I don't know. So, I'm making a mess right now, but that's okay. That's alright. It's all good. It's all good. It's a project that I've been putting off, fixing all of my paints. So, you're going to see my palette and you're going to know what I'm talking about here. We got a big old mess going on. But that's alright. Hello, 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 everybody. Hello. How's everybody doing tonight? Everybody's doing well, I hope. Everybody's having a good time tonight, ready to paint our Nutcracker Ballet. Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Nutcracker Ballet in the house. Oh, yeah. Doing it up. Doing it up family style. That's how we roll around here. That's how we roll. Yes, we do. Alright, so same colors every single party. I got a big old mess going on. So we have black that's everywhere. We have my yellow that's everywhere. Blue, red, and white. Always, always, always same colors every single party. Let me catch up on what everybody was saying to me. Tina B is in the house. Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. I did a lot of oh yeah so far. Okay, Sheila is hanging out with us tonight. Hello, 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 Sheila. How you doing, sweetheart? You have no blue paint tonight. All right, we're going to have to do it without blue. Stephanie is here for the party. Oh yeah, hi Stephanie. It seems to be my go-to phrase tonight. Nancy's hanging out again. Nancy's still having technical difficulties. I hope that gets figured out with you pretty soon. Tammy's here. Hello, Tammy. How you doing, sweetheart? Merry Christmas, Tammy. I haven't seen you in a good minute. Good minute. I can't even talk. Minute. I haven't seen you in a good minute. Anyway, just let you know, all my videos are kid friendly, so I'm going to try to watch this thing that's not even working, and you guys try to watch the comments, alright? Okay, so hello, my love. And who else do we got going on? Megna is here. Megna's just going to do the Nutcracker. That sounds good to me, Megna. You know you guys can paint whatever you want to paint. Doesn't matter to me. Kel is hanging out with us. Hello, Kel. What's going on, sweetheart? How you been? Christine's here. Hello, Christine. How you doing, lovey? Okay, Stephanie's hanging out. Hello, Stephanie. I got you already. Yes, Tammy, we should go hang out, have some coffee sometime. And you are, Kel's having internet issues. Everyone's having technical issues. I'm having talking issues. But you know what? We can all have issues as a fam, right? None of us have to be perfect. It's all good. It's all good. That's just the way we roll. So you guys are in your handy dandy holder. I'm working on a 16 by 20. It's 20 straight up and down and 16 across. If you're working on something smaller, as long as you're in the general area of your canvas that I am in, you will be fine. Have a great night, Tammy. Thank you so much for popping on. Love you bunches. Love you, love you, love ya. Love you bunches, sweetie, and I'm glad Julie is doing well. She's growing up right before our eyes. Megna's here. She's growing up right before our eyes. We all have our little lovies hanging out with us. Thank you so much for popping on. I appreciate that. All right, so now I want you guys to think about a few things, all right? Think about what you're going to make your background color, because when I painted this, I wanted to go with emerald green, and then I turned around and I wanted green and red in my Nutcracker. So you could see my problem, because putting green on top of green is not the easiest thing to do. So tonight, make sure whatever colors you're going to use in your Nutcracker, you might want to pick a different color for your background. Live and learn, right? My roll call is going to be a doozy. I know, I've been needing an oxygen tank lately for roll call, but that's okay. Alright, so you might want to pick a different color for your background. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm going to pick a different color tonight. And, you know, if you don't have any blue paint, that's alright. Just work your colors accordingly, okay? So, let's get this party started, alright? If you, I can't show you both at once, so if you need a reference, take your screenshot now. So then you can reference the original. I'll try to show you the original here and there, but when we're working on it, I can't do both at once. So, there you go. Here we go, everybody. Ooh, the almighty blank canvas. It's so scary. So scary, but we're going to hit it with our almighty brushes, and we're going to be all good. It's going to be all good. All good, all good, all good. Gray might work. Yep, gray would be cool. Like a little snowy gray background. That would be an awesome thing to do. You could totally do that. So I'm going to put my brushes in my water, and I'm going to swirl tap that big boy. Swirl tap that big boy, and we're going to turn around, and you guys, you know what we're going to do? We're going to paint our entire background first, because I want you guys to not have your objects in and then look like your background is going around your objects. So we're going to do this old school style. We're going to paint our entire backgrounds first, and I like that idea, Tina B. Sheila's going with yellow. I'm going to go with blue and white. Yes, I know somebody doesn't have blue on here. You pick whatever color you want to do. But I like that idea of a snowy background. So we're changing it up a little bit. So guys, get yourself started. I'm using Big Boy, and I'm just grabbing blue and white paint, and I'm going to fill this entire canvas. I'm going to fill this entire canvas up. We're going to go old school. We're going to do our background first. We're going to do our background first. And this gives everybody a chance to pop on. This gives everybody a chance to pop on and get themselves situated and hanging out. You can totally use metallic blue. Christine, that sounds amazing. Absolutely. Absolutely. This is your backgrounds, guys. You can do whatever you want. You can do whatever color you want. We got Christine going with yellow. Christine's going with metallic blue. Sheila's going with yellow. That works. Some of you might want to do the green. If you're doing your Nutcracker, if you're going to do different colors of your Nutcracker, you know, you could totally go with green. That works too. You know, if you're making your Nutcracker metallics, or if you're making your Nutcracker blue and blue and purple, or whatever you guys want to do. It's your painting. It's your creation. I'm just here to tell you how to paint it. That's all. That's what I'm here for. You guys create whatever you'd like. Whatever, ever you like. Magna likes the idea of metallic blue. Looks like Magna's going to put metallic paint on her Santa list. Right? I'm not a big fan of metallic paint. I'm not. I've used it. Yes, I have used it, but it's not very user friendly. To tell you the truth, it's not as fluid, I would say, as regular paint is one way to describe it. And plus, it doesn't go on like you need to put another color than the metallic. I don't know. I'm just not a fan. Not a fan. It frustrates me. Some people might have the knack for it. I don't. I do not. I have used it in the past, and yes, it is extremely pretty. And it does create the prettiest shine, but I find that if I want to do metallic accents in my paintings, that I take metallic pen or metallic marker, and I put the accents on. It's very light. Yes, Christine, it's very light. So I usually wind up mixing it with regular paint. But then when you mix it with the regular paint, you don't get the shine from the metallic. So like I said, it's tricky. It's a little tricky. It definitely is a little tricky, but it is very, very, very pretty. So, you know, that's all up to you guys. All right, I just used up all of my white, so I have to grab more. I have to grab more. Yes, like using glitter glue over regular paint. So that's another idea you guys can do. You know, you could always add glitter later on. I use a metallic marker over stuff, and this way I don't have to play with the paint part of it. I mean, when I do paint with it, I use regular paint with it, but then that kind of dulls the shine out. So it is definitely a tricky medium. Very pretty medium, right? Because you get that shiny, sparkly effect going on. But tis tricky. Tis tricky. Okay, when you're doing your background, make sure it's nice and thin, guys. Nice and thin. You know, you don't want thick paint, because we want this to dry so we can paint over it. So nice and thin, guys. And, you know, if you went a little thick, just take your brush like I'm doing and go over it. So this way, it's nice and thinned out. All right. You have some of those? Yeah, they work out great. So I'll give you guys a chance to throw your background on Boy, I did that like in a heartbeat, didn't I? I also got it all over myself. Look, it's all right. Party started. Eve's got paint on her. And then I have this one wing. See this little wing guy coming out over here? Look, I got this one little wing hanging out of my hair. So, right? Don't hit us with the stress of perfection. We don't want the stress of perfection. I have paint on myself. I have paint on my shirt. I have a messy palette. Right? Can't take myself too seriously. Otherwise, if I was 20 years younger and in that mindset of trying to keep everything perfect, I'd probably be freaking out right about now. But it's all good. It's all good. We don't stress that kind of stuff. Not at Eve's Creations Paint Party. We don't stress that kind of stuff. So, if anybody didn't get a chance to say hello, or if I missed you, if you're being a little creeper, that's fine. If you're being a watcher, that's fine too. We got Tina B in the house, and Sheila and Stephanie and Nancy and Tammy popped on to say hi to us. That was very sweet of her. Megna's in the house. Kel and Christine hanging out. Oh, yeah. That seems to be my phrase tonight. As my, oh yeah, I think I said that like 10 times already, 20 times, who knows. Just a reminder, it's always free to watch. Tips are appreciated. I'm going to post those links for you guys. And I hope everybody figured out their technical difficulties. Nancy's in the house, and she's having problems. She can't seem to get any sound. And this has been an issue for a while, Nancy, so I don't know what that's all about. Really not sure. I'm not tech savvy, so that's the problem. I'm definitely not tech savvy. All right, guys, so of course, we're gonna do our mapping now. We're gonna do our mapping, so make sure you have clean white paint. We're going to do all of our mapping. Mapping. Yes, so those of you who haven't painted with me before, when I say we're going to do our mapping, Megna knows what this is. Basically, we put our shapes in of what we're painting in just white. We put our shapes in with just white paint so we can turn around and be able to create our shapes. Number one, it's very easy to blend white paint out if we screw up. Number two is that using the white, it makes our colors pop even more. So that is another reason why we use the white paint first. And there was a third reason in there somewhere, but I can't remember what it is anymore. All right, everybody. So, I'm going to have us find our center. Find your center. Yes, we are. So, your original colors can pop. That's right, Magna. You got that right, sweetie. You got that right. So, I'm going to swirl tap that big boy. I'm going to get all that blue out of him. I hope you guys picked yourselves a nice background color. Of course, there's going to be a spot on the event page to share your creations. So 6,000% when you're done, please share with the rest of the family. I love to see them. I love to see your creativity and everything you guys decided to do. All right, so I'm going to grab my white paint with Big Boy. And we're going to find our center. And right in the center, we're going to do a line. We're going to go swoop. Right, straight down. Straight down. There we go. There it is. Okay, so that's leg one. And then right next to it, we're going to do a line and we're going to go straight down. As leg number two. You guys got that? Easy peasy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Alright, so now to make your ballerina leg, right, you can, we're going to turn around. We're going to make this line thicker. I'm going to make this line thicker. Okay, I'm going to make that line thicker. And then you're going to turn around. And you want this to be about a hand off the bottom of your canvas, right? You want to leave a little room for the holly leaves. So, and again, start off smaller than you want it, because the more you play with it, the bigger it's going to get. Okay, so you're going to turn around and you're going to come down your leg about a hand or so, hand or two, right? Because you want to leave room for the leg, and you're going to come out and you're going to pop out an ankle. You're going to bring it back in, and then you're going to come and swing this around. Just like that. Kind of looks like a guitar, doesn't it? Kind of looks like a guitar. So, now that's very extreme arches, and that's okay, because as I fill it in, I'm going to fix my shape. But you want to make sure that you get that little bit of indent right here to where the ankle is compared to the toes. Now, as I fill this in, I'm going to make this curve more shallow. But when I first draw it in, I want to make it very extreme. So then this way, like I said, the more you play with it, the bigger it's going to get. And also, I want to make sure that like my ankles are lined up, right? This is lined up across, all of that good stuff. So we are going to do this. And of course my leg has to be thicker, right? So this is just the initial shape. This is just the initial shape that we can work off of. And now we're going to schmooze it to make it look more like a leg and less like a guitar. So what you want to do is you want to bring this line out more. You want to bring that line out more. And then you're going to bring this line out more. Right? Soften that up. And then you're going to turn around and make your leg thicker. Right? So we're going to bring this, make this leg thicker right here. Just like that. And just like that, you have the shape of a ballerina leg. Right, guys? Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. No worries. No worries. And if you got to schmooze and fix a little, schmooze and fix a little, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Alright, so leg number 2, right? We got to do leg number 2. Okay, so I'm going to turn around and we're going to make this line thicker. Make this line thicker. Right? And this foot's a little, goes up a little higher than the other foot. Goes up a little higher than the other foot. Right? So bring this in thicker, and then the side of it is hiding, right? So in the original, you really can't see much of this second foot. Okay, see? So because it's hiding behind the first, and then the Nutcracker is hiding the other side of it. This is what we're painting, April, Nutcracker Ballet. Oh yeah, everybody can thank Tina B for this. She's the one with the Nutcracker idea. So everybody thank Tina B for our original Nutcracker. How you been doing, April? Everybody, April's in the house. Oh yeah. So there's not much, a lot of this foot is hiding. Okay, so again, it's a little shorter. So we're just going to do the little piece out like this. We're going to do the little piece out like that. Alright? And then we're going to bring it up. And then we're going to do our little ankle pop. Right there. And then on this side, we're going to hide that side. Just like that. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, guys. You guys got this. Alright? Fill it in. Fill it in. Okay, and then the leg is right behind the other leg, so we're going to fill in this whole piece right here. Alright, now I'm going to, there we go. Okay, and there you go. There is your ballerina shoe shapes, just like that. See, I told you you guys have this. I told you you've got this. No worries. No worries. Right? So, now we're going to make peach, or whatever skin tone you want to make. Right? We're going to mix red, yellow, and white. Red, yellow, and white. Oh, yay, April. That's awesome. I'm so glad to hear that. So happy to hear that. Now you can spend your holidays in peace. So, I'm going to grab some clean white because my other white has blue in it. My other white has blue in it, so I am just going to mix red, yellow, and white. So here's my yellow. Here's my red. Here's my white. Red, yellow, and white. And I'm going to make myself a peach. I'm going to turn around, and we're going to do this leg first. We're going to do that leg first. Just coloring now. We're just coloring. Use the flat of that brush. Follow your shapes. Right? Nice and thin paint. Make sure it's nice and thin. Make sure it's nice and thin. Nice and thin. There we go. And now what I want to do, nice. Now what I want to do is with that peach, I'm going to add more white to it. So the leg in front is lighter. So the leg in front is lighter. Okay? So you just want to add more white to your peach. And then this way, the leg in front is a lighter color. Right? Because things in the background are going to be darker. Going to be darker. Things in the background are going to be darker. So you just add white to your peach and make the leg in front a lighter peach color. A lighter peach color, that's all. Just like that. Right? Just add a little bit of white to it. I'll come back in and I'm going to throw a second coat on here. I'm going to throw in a second coat while you guys are ketchup mustering. Hello, Kelly. Kitty had surgery. Oh boy. Hope Kitty's doing all right. Prayers to Kelly's kitty. And I'm going to grab more white. We're going to grab more white. And I'm going to throw a second coat on this one. So while you guys are ketchup mustering, throw a second coat on this one. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy, guys. Oh boy, one fixed kitty. Look at the color of my water. It's kind of like it's like this Kool-Aid blue, electric blue color. It's a cool color. And of course I jumped out of my lines, so I have to get my damp paper towel and do some erasing. Because you know me and staying in the lines, it doesn't always happen. Yes, you do, Kelly. You can do this. Kelly's in the house, everybody. Alright, so I'm going to swirl tap that big boy. And we're going to turn around and make pink. We're going to make some pink. Yes, we are. And I got to grab more red paint because I got yellow in my red paint. So we gotta grab more red paint so we can make our pink. Whoop! I just poured a lot of red paint. A whole lot of red paint. If you guys saw the mess that I'm making over here, it is out of control. So I got my red paint, guys. A whole lot of red paint. I also have red paint all over me. We're just making all sorts of messes tonight. It's my own fault. I should have fixed my my paint pumps before I decided to do this, but you know how that goes. I was too busy painting than to do any fixing. I hope you guys look as colorful as I do. Let's see what we got going on. We got blue on the arm. We've got all sorts of smudges on the fingers. We've got black and red on this hand and blue right there. So I hope you guys are looking as colorful as I do right now. That's what makes me an artist, right? Earthquake! Just fixing the camera a little bit, guys. Okay, so now we're going to make our pink. We're going to make our pink. So, swirl tap dab our big boy. Get all that peach out of him. The more you swirl, the cleaner it'll get. Yep, so we got to, yeah, you got to be, we get paint everywhere, right? We're just a big old mess going on. That's what makes us artists. Alright, so I'm grabbing white, and I'm grabbing red, and I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to make my pink. So white and red. Okay, and I'm going to make a big pile of this pink because we're going to be playing around with it. Alright, so make a big pile of pink, okay guys? Make a humongous pile. A humongous pile of pink. Humongous pile of pink. Alright, so I got a big old pile of pink going on. And my palette is insane. It is insane. This is probably one of the messiest nights that I've had in a long time. My brush is all a mess. I'm all a mess. It's all good. Alright, so we're going to turn around and we're going to do this slipper first. So what I want you to do is you're going to get pink paint on Big Boy. You're going to wipe it nice and thin. And a nice thin edge on there. And you're going to turn around and you're going to follow the side of this ankle. Okay, you're going to follow the side of this ankle. And trace all the way around. Okay, and then you're going to follow along that line that you made, and you're going to come to where the toe is and bring it out. There we go, just loop it around, and then you can color it in. You can color it in. Okay, and then you want to turn around and you want to make a crisscross band going that way. And then you're going to do a crisscross band going this way. And then you're going to go right across. Okay? Now, I want you to add a little more red paint to your brush. A little more red. Yes! So, a little more red paint to your brush. And you're going to turn around and on this crisscross, right, go underneath that band you did across. And you're going to make this darker. So you're going to grab red paint and you're going to make this darker. And then you're going to do this crisscross darker. And then grab your pink and clean it up. Now, you're going to grab some, wipe your brush off. Wipe your brush off. Yes, so my music has to be non-copyright music, so this is what we get. This is what we get. Alright, so I wiped my brush off, and I'm going to grab some of that red with my pink. And I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to make this darker right here. So we're going to make that little piece darker, and then you just pull it into the pink you already painted to soften it out. Okay? So you make this darker, that darker, and then your band is pink again to clean it up. And then you're going to grab a little bit of red paint, put it right here, and then blend it into the pink that you just put. And then I'm going to swirl tap dab my brush because it's a big old mess, and do the same thing on the other ballerina slipper. Alright, but I'm going to clean my brush all off because I just jumped from grabbing red and pink and all of that happy stuff. So we're going to clean off our brush. so we can start nice and fresh and new on the other slipper. So swirl tap dab my brush. I'm going to start off with my original pink. And I'm going to swoop down from this ankle. Swoop. And then I'm going to swoop down from this ankle. Swoop. Alright. Gonna follow along what I did. Curve around the toe. Color it in. Coloring it in, right? Now this is going to be a little lower than that one, right? Because this foot's down lower. Okay, and this should be a little lighter pink than that one. If it's not, add a little bit of white to it. Okay, and I'm going to take my original pink and I'm going to do my crisscross. A little lower than this one, right? Because this foot's lower. Okay, and then I'm going to wipe my brush off. Yes, it's very scary when we have the pets have surgery. It's very scary. Now I'm going to wipe my brush off and I'm going to grab some red with my pink. So I have a darker pink going on. If you notice, I have my pink I started with and then I have a darker pink going on over here. Hi, Kim! Okay, and I'm going to go on this crisscross. Make that one darker. And I'm going to go on this crisscross, make this one darker. Wipe my brush off. Grab my pink. And clean up the top one. You haven't watched a perspective tutorial yet, but you see it in your work. Yes, yes. So it's funny because you guys, when I teach those how-tos and I do stuff like perspective and color and all sorts of things like that, I wind up putting them in my work because I remind myself of all those little different things that you need to do. So it actually works out that I remember to do all of those things, and then you guys can practice what you learned, of course. Okay, so then off of this slipper, I'm going to line this up so, you know, I'm on the edge, living on the edge, and we're going to do our ribbon out this way. Our little swirly cue, do, 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 do. And I'm going to do my ribbon out this way. Alright, so line your edge, line your brush up to the edge of your shoe, and then just pull out. Do your little swirly cue ribbons. And then I'm going to grab that red paint again. And I'm going to make it darker by the shoe. So I'm going to put that red paint on my brush again. And I am going to pull it through. So this way the ribbon is darkest by the shoe. Just like that. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, guys. And look at that. Bam. Whoop. Whoop, whoop. Oh yeah, a complete half hour and we got ballerina shoes. That's what I'm talking about. We got ballerina feet, we got ballerina shoes. See, you guys can totally do this. No worries. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, even with the messiest palette around. And we're going to give this a second to dry, and we're going to add our nutcracker in. So, you guys are amazing. You guys got this. It's easy. I wouldn't show you nothing if I didn't think you could do it. Right? You guys can do this. You guys can do that. It's just a matter of making darker colors and lighter colors. So, you know, when you want to make your pink darker, you add more red. When you want to make it lighter, you add more white. That's it. So this slipper should be a little lighter than that one. And then you just grab the red paint to do the crisscross ribbons. And then you take red right at the top of your brush here and sweep it through the ribbon coming off of the shoe. And you guys are good to go. Kim says it has a lot to do with the teacher. Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Now, if you want to get extra fancy, I'm going to take Mini Me, my small flat brush, and if you want to get extra fancy, right, I'm going to grab white paint with that pink and make it really, really, really light. And while my ribbons are still wet, if you want to do extra fancy and get those pops and highlights in your fabric, you can turn around and grab your white paint, and where your bumps are in your ribbon, you just do a little zigzag zoom with the white, and then I wipe my brush off, and you just blend it in to the rest. Now your paint has to be wet. If your ribbons aren't wet, it's not going to work. Okay, guys? So you have to make sure your paint is wet. So if you want to try to get extra fancy and add highlight to your fabric, highlight, right? Make a lighter spot. Okay? So I'm grabbing white with my Mini Me. I'm going to where my bump is, my fabric. I'm putting the white on. Right, a little zigzag zoom action, then I'm wiping my brush off. And you just go on either edge. And you just do a little zigzag zoom. And blend it in. Now, like I said, if your paint's not wet, it's not going to work. And I could also put the darks in, so I can grab red paint with my little brush. And I can come in here and really make this dark. And then where it curves down, I can grab the dark. So if you really want to get fancy and technical, you can add the darks and lights to your ribbons. But you got to make sure your fabric's wet. Alright, because if your paint's not wet on your ribbon, you're not going to be able to blend it out. What are you guys saying about me? You talking about me? Agree 6,000%. Yes, it's very true. Just like in school, we learn from certain teachers, easier to learn from others. Aww. You guys are all talking about me. It's all good. Sorry, I'm standing right here, though. I can see what you're saying. Thank you so much, guys. You all warm my heart. Thank you. I appreciate it. You guys are hooked. Oh, yeah. They definitely broke the mold when they made me. So everybody take a sip to that. Definitely broke the mold when they made me. You guys are adorable. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate that. Alrighty, so we gotta let this dry, right? And then we're gonna do our Nutcracker. Woo, swoop! Oh yeah, we're swooping, baby. We do all sorts of things. We swoop, we schmooze, we zigzag zoom. We do all sorts of stuff. We ketchup mustard. We're all a family, 6,000%. Oh, that sounds like fun, April. I might have to take you up to up on that. Come to South Carolina. You can paint and beachcomb and eat and great seafood. Oh, that sounds awesome, April. I would love something to do. I would love to do something like that. Okay, so it's Nutcracker time, people. You guys ready? You guys are ready. You guys can do this. Swirl tap that big boy, everybody. Now think about what colors you want to design your Nutcracker. Now the Nutcracker, he has lots of details in him. I know, that awful, awful word, details. He has lots of details in him. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to basically paint him. And then you guys can make him look any way you want. Alright, so I'm going to show you the basics on how to paint them, and then when it comes time for the details, you guys can decorate your Nutcracker any colors you want, any details you want. You want your Nutcracker to look like the bad guy. Hello, watching tonight. Hopefully paint later. Hello, 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 Laverne. Laverne is in the house, everybody. Welcome, Laverne. Laverne being a watcher. Alright, so big boy, white paint, right? We got a map. We got a map, Meg. Now we're mapping. We're mapping. So your Nutcracker is going to go below your ballerina slippers. Okay? But then he's going all the way up to about the height of the ribbons. Okay? So he's pretty tall. He's pretty big. Alright, so the first thing I want you to do is I want you to do a, make sure this is dry. And I want you to do parentheses and a parentheses. Right where the crisscross is. Okay, there's our head. For now. We're going to fix it later. Okay, and then you're going to do a line. Whoop. Let's see if I can't show you both at once. The Nutcracker and what we're painting. There. That works. Alright. Move you guys back a little bit. Okay. And then you're going to do your line. And then I want you to do a triangle. Swoop. Swoop. Okay, there's a triangle. And then you're going to do another triangle off of that. A smaller one. Now this should be twice the head. So if your head's this big, this should be 2 times the head. When you're done with your shape, okay? So if you need to schmooze it now with the white paint. Alright? Remember the law of twos when we did the how-to people and the silhouettes, right? Torso's twice the head, legs are twice the torso. Okay? Now we're going to turn around and off of this triangle right here, turn your brush. And you're going to pull, swoop, and pull down here this way, whoop. Now his legs should be longer than this. Not necessarily twice for our Nutcracker, because part of his leg is hiding under his jacket. Okay, so these legs don't have to be twice the torso, but they should be a little longer. So if you took from here to here, that should be twice this, which is twice that. Delaney says she loves the painting because she does ballet gymnastics. Oh, that is so awesome, Laverne. Hi, Delaney. How you doing, sweetie? Yes, you could totally make this together, guys, when you watch the replay. 6,000%. Alright, so then I'm just going to... now, notice how close I'm holding my brush here. I'm just going to make my legs thicker. I'll make my legs thicker. And I'm going to color in my triangle. Oops, out of the lines again. Out of the lines again. Okay, and I'm going to color in this triangle. Okay, easy peasy lemon squeezy. So as long as you have your proportions correct now, right, big word, proportions, right, have your sizes of all your stuff all lined up to be the way they should be, you're going to be fine. Okay, so now I'm going to take big boy and I'm going to add his arms. So his arms, you know what I like to do? I actually want to point on the screen what I'm talking about when I have to point over here. I always want to point on the screen. Like right here. And that's not going to help you guys. Right here. His arms go past his waist. His arms go past his waist. Okay, so bam. There's one arm. And bring this down. Bam, there's another arm. Alright, and make it a little thicker. I'm just going to make it a little thicker. That's so funny though. I always want to point on the screen and that does not help you guys at all. At all. Definitely doesn't help. Alright, so we're going to take Mini-Me. Grabbing Mini-Me with my white paint. And we're going to come in here. And you're still going to start at that point right there, but you're going to bring this to make his jacket wider. And over here on this side. So, make his jacket wider. Okay, and then make this triangle a little wider. So, hey, 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 Delaney says hi. Hi, Delaney. Magna Delaney's here. And I'm going to, again, start at this point, and I'm going to make this wider over here. But I'm going to keep those points. All right, so you start at the point. And just change the angle. There's your jacket. Okay, and then for his head, and I almost did it again. I almost pointed to the screen again. His head is more of an oval, and you have this flat line right here. So you want to turn around and pull these two sides down to be part of his head. Okay, and then you can bring this up a little to round it out better. And then you got to add his hat. Okay, so his hat, you're just going to do a straight line up this way. And a straight line up this way. Notice I move my hand, not the brush, right? I put my hand here, and I'll do a line up. Swoop. See that? I move my hand, not the brush, and over here. Okay? And then around the top of it. And there is his hat. There you guys go, right? So that is the shape of your Nutcracker. And then we can start adding our details to it. So while we're letting this dry, I'm going to show you the shape of the holly leaves. And then the whole rest of the painting. Oh, we forgot his base. Hold on. Breaks. We forgot the base. Alright, so for his base, you're going to come up a little bit above his legs here. Do an arch that way. Okay? And then you're going to come around and swoop it right around. 2 straight lines for the sides and follow the same swoop for the bottom. Right? Now, if you have to train your hand, you can just go over this swoop, bring your hand down, swoop again. Okay? So this way you get the same swoop shape. Swoop shape. Try saying that 10 times fast. Swoop shape. Swoop, swoop, swoop. Swoop shape. There you go. Yes. Magna, good question. Pamela's here. Hello, Pamela. How you doing, sweetheart? Hello, love. So, if anybody of you guys are first-time painters, let us know. We'll give you a warm Eve's Creations family welcome. And Magna had a great question for Lisa V. What's for dinner, Lisa V? What was for dinner? And Delaney says hi, and Magna says hi to Delaney, right? All of our kids making memories. That's what it's all about, making memories. And it's sip the coffee time. You're watching from Trinidad and Tobago? Hey! Hey, everybody, we're international, baby. What? Internet. Boy, my legs are crooked. It's so hard painting from the side. Make your legs straight. My legs are a little crooked. I just noticed that. So, give you all a chance to catch up. Mustard. Pamela's here. She's watching from Trinidad and Tobago. That's what I'm talking about. Let's do a little roll call while you guys play with your Nutcracker shape. We got Pamela and Tina B and Sheila and Stephanie and Nancy. And Magna is here, and Cal, Christine, Nancy. I got Nancy twice. I got 2 Nancys. I don't know if that's true. April's hanging out. Kelly, Laverne, and Delaney. And Lisa B in the house. Oh, yeah. Right? And me and the Butters. Alright, so next Tuesday, How To Tuesday, your guys' request, we're going to be doing sleds and sleighs and all sorts of stuff like that for your Christmas paintings. Next Friday, I'll give you a little hint. Next Friday is going to be our, he's a little guy with a really big nose, and he's hanging out, and we started the first one of the series in Thanksgiving. You owe me the last 3 paintings trying to finish Christmas cards. It's been tough to do stuff lately. Yes, so the Christmas card thing is definitely a venture that takes forever. Alright, so we're going to put our holly leaves in. So we're going to switch over to this side. Christmas cards is a thing once you start. You're wondering why you started. Nosy Gnome, you got it, Tina. Nosy Gnome is next Friday. Yes, Cal. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. That's a really good guess, Magna. Oh, man, we're running out of Christmas weeks. I would totally love to do a Rudolph painting. Maybe we can do Rudolph. Ooh, I'm going to write that down, Magna. I am officially going to add Rudolph to our Tuesday night Christmas special. I'm writing Rudolph down for our Tuesday night Christmas special. You just completely changed my whole painting idea for Tuesday night. Good job, Magna. Yes, but Nosy Gnome is Friday. And Tuesday is going to be sleighs and sleds and all that good stuff. So I'm going to grab Tiny. And I'm going to grab my white paint. And we're going to put in our holly leaves. Yes, we did Nosy Gnome for fall. That was his initial, yes, Magna, you totally changed my painting idea for our Christmas special. So I'm grabbing Tiny and I'm grabbing white paint. And I'm going to come in here and draw these guys. Remember we learned how to do them on Tuesday? Remember? So I'm going to do a line. And then we're going to do a swoop this way and a swoop that way. And we're going to do a swoop this way and a swoop this way. And then we're going to do our loops. 1, 2. And our loops here. 1, 2. Okay, and there's your holly leaves. Easy peasy. Okay, I'm going to do a line out this way. And we're going to do our swoop this and swoop that. Swoop here, swoop everywhere. Our 2 arrows. And then your 1, 2. You know, if you just fit 1 loop, that's fine. If you fit 3, that's fine. However many little loopy-doos you got to put in there. Loopy-doos. Just make sure you do the same amount of loopy-doos on the other side. Yes, Cal, you missed our Thanksgiving Nosy Gnome. That's okay. And now we're going to have Rudolph for part of our Tuesday Christmas special. Yes, so if you guys didn't know, alright, going to do another line. This one's kind of hiding behind things. So we're just going to do our line this way and our line that way. So, and do our swoop. This only had 1 swoop. That's okay. I'm going to do our swoop. Right? And then you want to fill them in. Don't fill them in with your detail brush, though. You're going to totally kill it. So, I'm going to grab Mini-Me. So, our Christmas special is now going to have Rudolph in it. It's going to have Santa in it. It's going to be the Tuesday before Christmas. So, instead of a How-To Tuesday, we're going to have a Christmas special. Because there's not going to be any, obviously no paint party on Christmas Eve. And there's going to be giveaways. I'm going to be asking questions throughout the video for a chance to win different prizes. Okay, so tell your friends, tell your family. Christmas special. Tuesday, the Tuesday the 21st. Tuesday the 21st. Okay, and you guys are gonna have a chance to win all sorts of stuff, and I'm gonna be asking questions that obviously the answers are in my videos that I've been doing for the past year and a half. And now that Megna gave me the amazing idea for Rudolph, because I wasn't even thinking about Rudolph having the nose, the famous nose, it's definitely going to be Rudolph in this next painting. Thanks, Megna. Okay, so now I'm going to take Mr. Nifty, and I'm going to clean those points up. Okay, so Mr. Nifty, if you guys don't know, Mr. Nifty, for anybody who sends support, gets these nifty little brushes. He's a little detail brush. So I'm just going to come in with him and clean up these points. Okay, so this way they're very, very, very sharp. They're very sharp, very, very, very sharp. Right? Prick your little finger points. So there's a holly tree next door, and even though it looks gorgeous right now because it has all its berries on it, every time I clean up my leaves, I have to make sure I have gloves on because there's holly leaves hiding in there, and I always wind up stabbing my hands. They're very sharp holly leaves. Very, very, very sharp. So I'm just taking Mr. Nifty and I'm going to clean up my points. And then these guys, once they dry, we could color them in green. Or whatever color you're going to make your holly leaves. They don't have to be green. It's your creation. You can do whatever colors you want. It's all good. It is all good. So, just clean up my points. And then we can go back, and since our Nutcracker is dry, we can start coloring in our Nutcracker. Alright, what did, you've been drawing instead of painting, now you want to paint it in, but you're afraid you'll mess it up. Oh, you could totally do it, Tina B. You want to send your drawing to, you want to send your drawing and have somebody else paint it? You got this, Tina B. You can totally paint this. This is not an issue. You got this. We're just coloring at this point. Hi, Carol! That's alright. Better late than never. I told that to my history teacher once in high school. I was handing in an assignment that was late. And I said, better late than never to him, handing in my late homework. And you know what he turned around to me and said? I'll never forget this, right? All the way in high school. He said to me, better never late. I thought that was very good. Not that I'm saying that to you, but I'll never forget that that's what he said to me. The details. You got this. Use Nifty. Okay, guys. Oh wow, my legs on my soldier here are very crooked. He's a very crooked toy soldier. He's a very crooked Nutcracker guy. But that's okay. It's all good. Let's bring it in. Oh, bring it in close up. All right, let's bring this sucker in. Yes. See, you got Nifties hanging out there. All right, so we're gonna switch to Mini Me. I'm going to switch to Mini Me. And I'm going to grab my black paint. And I'm going to come in here and do his hat. Swoop. Swoop. Okay, so we're going to do his hat. Color that in. So now, the reason I'm doing his hat first is so this black can dry, and then I can put the white paint on it to do the little medallion in the center. Alright, so you guys have to remember that all these details on him is all layers. And you're going to be putting your first layer of colors in, and then that's going to have to dry, and then you can do your second layer of details. Alright guys, so keep that in mind. Going to send you lots of before pictures so when I mess up you can see. Oh, yeah, right? That was one nice history teacher, Magna. It was a pretty good answer. I have to give it to him. But I was not happy being a teenager. Swoop. And swoop his boots, right? You want that little bit of arch because his legs are round. Alright, swoop, swoop, swoop the boots. Okay. And then his boots have just a little toot, 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 oval on the bottom. Scribble an oval in there. Alright, swirl, tap, dab my brush. Alright, I'm gonna grab my red and white, right? Because you gotta do red, you gotta do white, red and white, and then red if you're doing your jacket. So I'm grabbing red and white, color in my jacket. Right, because red takes like 3 coats to show up. Unless you want a pink jacket, you can have a pink jacket. Maybe Delaney wants her soldier to have a pink jacket. That would work. Right, go with their ballet slippers. So we're gonna do my jacket. Fill this all in. Okay, so this is our first layer. We're just coloring, guys. You guys color. Pick whatever colors you want. Right? Remember, everything's done in layers, so you got to put your first layer on. And then you can do your second layer. And then you can map out your details. Right? So everything's done in layers. You guys got this. Alright, hey, he's wearing a little pink dress. I love it. I like it a lot. My woodcracker is wearing a pink dress. I love it. She said pink is good. That's right. No reason why our Nutcracker can't be a girl or be wearing a pink dress, right? So yellow and blue for green pants. With a little bit of white added. Right? I just almost took my boots right off of my canvas here. So be careful if you have wet paint somewhere else. Swoop my boots, my pants in. There they are. Yellow and blue with a little bit of white added. Right? You're using your mini-me. You're using your flat brush. Don't be using your detail brushes. You'll kill them. Right? That's why I call this mini-me, this little flat brush that we use, as my crayon. This way I don't kill him. This is what he's made for. Hi, Jackie! You would take your kids to go see the Nutcracker Suite Ballet when they were little? That sounds fun. Alright, now I'm going to use my little pointer brush, my little detail brush, my tiny, and I'm going to come up here and I'm going to put my green stripe in my hat. Alright, so I'm going to do my green stripe in my hat here. And I'm going to swirl tap dab my brush. And I'm going to grab my pink so I can do my red stripe on top of my hat. There we go. You know what I pictured on this guy too? One of those big plumage feathers. I thought that would look pretty cool. I'm going to take swirl tap dab mini me. And I'm going to do my base with the peachy orange color. Right? This has white in it, so I didn't have to do the white first because this is going to get 2 coats. Right? So right now we're just coloring. So you guys, you know, just come in and fill in, block in all of your colors, whatever you want them to be. Once they dry, we're going to schmooze them to make them look awesome. Alright, but you got to do that first layer. Got to do that first layer. And then I'm going to grab more white right now. With this peach, I'm going to grab more white on my brush. And I'm going to swoop in that front. Swoop. Right? Just doing a little arch and line. There we go. There we go. And I'm going to scribble circle in his hands. One there and one there. And I'm going to paint his face in. Yeah, I've never seen the ballet, to tell you the truth. It was probably pretty amazing, right? So now I got to paint in his face. Okay, and we're going to round this out on the bottom here. Okay, see how I round? I'm going to put that in there. It's funny you said you were late, Jackie, because me and Carol just had a whole conversation about being late. Okay, so you're going to swoop that bottom here. You're going to round that out. Okay, because I got to show you how to put the Nutcracker part in. And also, I'm going to wipe off my brush. He has like a little piece down here that is like the lever. That's like the lever of the Nutcracker right there. Like you can see a little piece of it from the front. So there's like this little square right there. That's like the lever for the Nutcracker. It was beautiful. We lived in New York and got to see it at Lincoln Center. Oh, that sounds so awesome. Alright, so while we're waiting for this to dry, we can color in our holly leaves. Okay, so we're going to color in our holly leaves. So you just want to make your green paint, right? Yellow, blue, and white. And you want to pick which leaves are on top. Okay, so if this leaf's on the bottom of the other two, I'm going to make him darker. So I'm going to add more blue. Okay, so he's going to be darker. He's going to be darker. Color him in, and then I'm going to add more yellow and a little bit more white. Okay, because these leaves are going to be lighter. Because they're on top. They're on top. Right, so I just grabbed more yellow and more white to the green that I made. That's all. That's all I did. Color these guys in. Okay. Everybody's zoning out, doing all of their coloring. I love it. Yeah, I never got a chance to go and see the Nutcracker Suite. You know what I didn't see either? I never seen the Rockettes either. In their Radio City Hall Christmas musical. I always see them for the parade. That they do. What's that? The Thanksgiving parade with all the blow-up dolls? Right, that Macy's does. I saw them for that, but that's just on TV. Okay, and I'm going to swirl, tap, dab my brush and do my scribble circles for my berries with white paint. So, berry here, berry there, berry here. Whoops, that's very wet. That's why it's green. But that's where my berries are going to go. I'm not showing you guys anything you don't already know. So, I'm not going to worry about it too much. You guys already know how to do all of this stuff. You know how to color, right? Coloring is the fun part. I can tell you're all zoning out because everybody stopped talking. That's okay. I don't mind. I'll just sit here and sip my coffee and let you guys catch up mustard and have fun with all your coloring. Go for it. Go for it. Pamela is here. We got Tina B. I wonder where the other Tina is. We have Sheila, Stephanie, and Nancy, and Magna, and Kel, and Christine, and Nancy, and April, and Kelly, and Laverne, and Delaney, and Lisa V popped on for a little bit. Carol's hanging out with us. We got Kim hanging out with us. Kim is here. We got, let's see, Jackie's hanging out with us. Thanksgiving Day Parade. Thank you, Jackie. Yes. Jackie's hanging out with us. It's looking good so far. Thanksgiving Day Parade. Your aunt worked for Macy's and the employees were the ones who held down. Wow, that must have been fun marching in the parade though. That must have been fun. Okay, so I'm going to grab Tiny, and I'm going to grab my black paint, and I'm going to show you how to put in the Nutcracker part of his face. Okay? So, I'm going to show you how to put in the Nutcracker part of his face. Okay, so basically you're going to start off with black, and I'm using Tiny. Find the center of his face, right here. And you're going to put in a black rectangle. And the rectangle is going to be half in his face and half into his body. So I'll show you a close-up, 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 close-up in 2 seconds, because you want this rectangle to be half in his body and half in his face. See? Yeah, everybody see that? Just like that. Just like that. Okay, and then once you have that part, I'm going to grab my white paint. And I'm going to do the white underneath, so I can make that red later, and on top. Okay, and while I have this white on my brush, I'm going to scribble circle his eyes. Okay, so there's one eye, and there's the other eye. And then I'm going to make that into little U shapes. And then I'm going to grab my peach with the white, make a lighter, lighter, lighter peach. You can add a little bit of pink to it if you want. And I'm going to give him his rosy cheeks. And his nose. Okay, so you can add all those parts. They felt honored to be chosen to do that job. The holidays in New York were so beautiful. Yes, I never went to see the tree lighting. I've seen the tree. I've gone and seen the tree. But I was never there for the lighting. New York is definitely cool. Oh, I just noticed my mouth. I think my Nutcracker's looking like the guy from the Saw, because I just noticed my mouth is like all the way over this way. Because I'm painting from the side. So it is totally not in the center. I just noticed that. It should be over here somewhere. So my Nutcracker's looking like the guy from the Saw. The scary movie. Let's fix that. I was going to make it bigger. I was going to make it bigger so it's more in the middle. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. That's alright. These things happen. I just noticed it was like all the way on the side of his face and not in the center. Jigsaw, is that? I don't like scary movies, so that's all on you guys. So I'm going to grab Nifty, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn around and make the little loops for his teeth. And then fill in on the outside of them for the teeth. Okay, guys? So you just do little loops. And then fill in outside those loops to make your teeth. And then I'm going to grab Nifty with my black paint. And I'm going to do a little swoop for his mustache. And a little swoop for his mustache over here. And I'm going to do the top of his eyes. And then I'm going to do his eyebrows. Swoop. Swoop. And little scribble circles for his eyeballs. And then you guys can pick whatever color you want to make his eyes. Mine were blue. But you can do whatever color you want to do for his eyes. That's up to you. Okay. And then I'm going to grab Mini Me, and now, in a perfect world, I would have painted this red. Okay, guys? Now that that layer's on it. But you guys don't want to stand around and watch me color. So I'm going to just turn around and show you all the details on him. So then you can make yours look like a Nutcracker. And the main detail was that black rectangle. As long as you have it half into his body and half into his face, you are good to go. So I'm going to grab white and a little smidge of black. And I'm going to put his beard in now. All right, 2 lines straight down. And then do his hair over here. So I'm going to just, I showed you the details of his face. And you guys can add whatever little details you want. If there's something you want me to go over, I will. But I know you guys are all zoning out and having fun. I can't wait to see your Nutcrackers and see all the details that you added. I'm going to take black paint, and right across the middle here is his belt. And then I gave him cuffs on his sleeves. And then I used Nifty, and I made this black triangle right here. And I added lapels to his jacket. So, swoop, black line straight down his beard. And then I just did a little swoop, swoop, to add lapels to his jacket. Swoop, swoop. So you guys can decorate and design your Nutcracker any way you want to. It's totally up to you. If you're putting something on his hat, you have to do it with white paint first. I hope somebody does like a big feather, because that would look totally cool. I just did like a little medallion, which was 3 hearts in a row. That's how I did his medallion. You did the feather? Yes! I was hoping somebody did the feather. To put his belt buckle, you're going to have to use white paint first. And then you could paint it in orange. Okay. So, the rest of this painting, the only other thing that I really need to show you for the rest of this painting, so I'll give you guys a chance to catch up on mustard, and the only thing else I really need to show you to instruct you is to turn around and put in the white highlights. So if you notice on the original, I have all of these white highlights in here, these white lines, these outlines of the leaves, right, the highlights on the berries. So that is the only extra detail that I added to make everything look like it is. I did it especially on him because it's reminded me of a doll. So you want to put in all of those little white highlights if you want to add them on his face. So that is the next thing I'm going to show you, and we're going to be all set. Especially because my Nutcracker is looking like a a little bit of a horror figure there, but that's okay. You guys at home can make yours look perfect and spiffy. I already made one that was perfect. If anyone's interested in the finished painting, the original one I did, of course, they are all for sale. Let me just remind you all, it is always free to watch. Tips are appreciated. I definitely want to tell you, so next How To Tuesday is going to be the sleighs and sleds and how to do all of those things. Next Friday is Nosy Gnome is in the house. And then we're going to have our Christmas special Tuesday, which is going to have giveaways and prizes. And thanks to Megna, it's going to have Rudolph the reindeer in it. So we're going to be doing all of that coming up. And please, please, please share your Nutcrackers with me. I'd love to see them. And we only have the last little piece is all of the white little highlights. So I take Mr. Nifty. If anybody wants Mr. Nifty, of course I send them out to anybody who sends support. So thank you so much. You all warm my heart. So Mr. Nifty in white paint. And I put a highlight on his hat right here. Shoop. And it's just white paint. That's all it is. And I put highlights on his nose. His cheeks. Eyebrows. Mustache. Lip. Hands. And pedestal. Loop it around. Loop it around. So that is the highlights on him. Good night, Delaney. Good night, Laverne. Thank you so much for popping on. Good night, sweethearts. Good night, Delaney. Mwah. Good night. Okay, so that was the highlights on him. And then the highlights on the ballerina slippers. The highlights on the ballerina slippers. I did one here. Did one on the crisscross. On the ribbon. These two ribbons. Shoop, shoop. Running down the long side of the shoe. And then, of course, the hollies. I outlined the whole holly berry. Well, I did a line on the holly berries like this. Shoop, shoop, shoop. Little curves. Then I outlined my holly leaves. And I put the stems. And then I put little swoop swoops wherever the points were. So wherever the points were is where I put the swoop swoops. Okay. Bye from Delaney. You are so welcome, Christine. So I totally showed you everything you guys need to know. You can 6,000% have a ton of fun with this one and decorate your nutcrackers any way you want to. Highlight your leaves and your shoes and all of that happy stuff and totally be able to make this your own. I'm going to call it done because I like it. So that's where we're going to leave that. So thank you so much, fam, for joining me tonight. Again, another awesome party. You guys make the party. I am just here to help. So thank you, fam, so much for joining me. And I love you all. And I can't wait to see you all again. So amazing, amazing, amazing time. And Tina B, you totally have this. Like I said, please share. Thank you so much, Cal. Have an awesome night. Love you too. Mwah, mwah. Mwah, mwah, mwah. That's my smoochy sound. You like that? Mwah. Oh my goodness. I made a mess everywhere tonight. You guys have no idea. I have a mess all over by my paints. Butters is looking at me like, really, Mom? I have a mess all over me. My palette is all over the place. Big boy has paint all the way up his handle. Good night, Jackie. Thank you so much. I mean, it's just a big old fun time over here. But it is all good. That's what makes us artists, right? The bigger our mess, the more of an artist we are. 6,000%. So, and of course, it's always a fun time with my fam. So, that's all that matters. Kelly, I hope the kitty feels better soon. Thank you so much, everybody. It's diet soda time. Ah, that's so good. At first sip is so good. So, so, so good. If anybody has any questions, if anybody's watching the replay, or if anybody has any questions for me, 6,000%, just message me. I'll answer you. My inspiration has brought a whole new love of painting into my life. I would never have realized this if it weren't for you. You rock, and good night. Oh, thank you so much, Cal. That's so sweet. Thank you. You just have to remember to have fun, guys. That's all it is. Just have fun and create. And painting, one great thing about art and painting, Kel, is the more you do it, the better you get at it. That's all there is to it. It's definitely an art form that the more you practice, the more you play, the more you just have fun with it and try different things and create. We all have the power of creation. I believe that 6,000%. You know, Lisa V with her cooking, Megna with your ideas, Tina B with her drawings and her horror movie love, you know, and Kel, you know, when you picked out your clothes this morning, you were creating your outfit. So 6,000%, you guys all were blessed with the power to create, and I just want to help you tap into that. That's all there is to it. That is the whole point. The whole entire point. So, you guys got this. You can totally do it. And I wouldn't be here without you. So, on that philosophical note, I'm going to say goodnight. So, thank you so much for watching me. Y'all warm my heart. Love you all. Mwah. Have fun and go create, okay? Good night.